All right, guys, so today we have a very special guest. Today we are here in the master plan community of Summerlin, which is located on the west side of Las Vegas Valley. So today, our special guest, we have Michael Johnson, Trust Real Estate, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, we had to do a bunch of takes.
Yeah, a couple of takes. And we left out I'm the broker owner of it.
Yeah.
But my name plus the company name.
Yeah, oh, you know what?
Fill in the blanks.
Fill in the blanks, that's right.
It's fine.
Broker, owner, and also a custom home builder as well.
That's correct, yep.
So let's talk about this community. What is going on with this home, this community?
Yeah, so we're in the Gardens village of Summerlin, which is, if you're familiar with Vegas, like Town Center 215 area. So pretty far southwest in terms of Summerlin, but not really in terms of the valley. So we're really close to the freeway. We're about 15 minutes from the airport and probably about 20 minutes from kind of that bulky part of the strip where all the action happens. So really quiet, bucolic suburb feel, but you're kind of in the middle of everything. I think this is a phenomenal location. You're also about 5 to 10 minutes, depending on traffic, from downtown Summerlin Shopping Center. So we have a lot here at our fingertips. And this community has been here since the early 2000s, so it's established in such a way that it's kind of hard to find on the west side of the valley, especially something that hugs the freeway. Usually that ends up being a good deal newer.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed. It really feels kind of cozy, and I noticed on the east side of the 215, it's a little bit more established versus on the west side.
That is kind of the demarcation line, if you look at it, and most of the west of the 215 is like 07, 08, and now today. So this is before the outlaw and ornamental grass in the front yards. The parks are nice. Obviously the community's gated. So it's a gem. It's really, really hard to recreate this kind of community and this kind of feel.
So you reached on out to me. We talked about doing a collaboration on this listing here. Technically it's not a listing, it's a pocket listing.
It's a pocket listing. Okay. So we're going to go live probably in maybe 7 to 10 days, which will put us into mid to late April. Okay. This is a interior designer / project manager friend of mine.
Oh, wow, nice.
Who's now my client. And he has made this home his work of art.
Okay. Can you explain to the audience what is a pocket listing?
A pocket listing is something that's not on the multiple listing service or the MLS. And that also means that it's not syndicating to Zillow and Trulia, kind of the major portals, Realtor.com. It's kind of just something that I have as an exclusive to my office that I will work with other agents, but we won't be advertising it essentially. So it just stays between brokers, between agents, and that way it allows the seller who might be in a sensitive situation that doesn't want it broadcast all over the community that he's selling. We'll often try that for 14 to 30 days just to see if that gets us anywhere, and then we can always hit the market.
Now, what's the benefit for a buyer?
The benefit for the buyer is generally less competition and a little bit more time to think whether or not the property is a good fit. So in our market, average days on market's about 6, which if you back out the time it takes to get a deposit to title, generally most homes are going into contract in 2 to 3 days. So that is a very, very fast moving market, and especially in this kind of the 1.6, we haven't talked about price, but this price point for our market is considered a luxury home, and that buyer, that's a very large decision. That buyer might have a lot of moving parts to their move as well. So it's nice to have that runway and that time to think about it. For the seller, there's a little added veil of privacy, which is nice. And the major pitfalls would just be you have fewer eyes. So we were just actually having that conversation while you guys were rigging up. When you're limiting your buyer pool to my network and agents that I know, it's never going to equal the eyeballs and the traffic that Zillow can pull in, or Realtor.com or Trulia. Can I say those names on your channel?
Yes, of course you can.
Zillow.
I'm going to send you guys a bill now.
Okay.
So let's talk about this. The style of the exterior of the home, what would you call this?
I call this French country.
Okay.
So you've got this bib of stone, the archway, the shutters. That's kind of like a provincial country style. So it's not really Italianate or Romanesque. There's no columns. Okay. So that's how when I kind of look at a home, I go through those checklists, right? Are there provincial country style things like shutters? Are there archways? What do the light fixtures look like? What's the roof line? So I would say this, if anything, leans towards the French country style.
Now, what's the year square footage of this home?
So this is a 2004 year built.
Okay.
It's 2,400 square feet. 3-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, and a half bath.
Okay.
The floor plan, at least in the communal areas, has been completely reimagined. So,
I can see that.
And we can kind of go through room by room. I'll point out the things. As I mentioned, he is an interior designer / project manager.
Yeah.
So he does a lot of high-end renovations for clients only, nothing on spec. So pretty sought after, multi-state. He does business in Texas and Nevada. So he's all over, and you can see based on his eye and attention to detail why it's so sought after.
Here's the thing. As soon as I came in here, first thing I've noticed is the chevron pattern of the flooring. And you have these nice gold schluters, right?
This inlay schluter,
I love that, and there's a lot of attention to detail. I'm talking about the drywall, the baseboards. So show me all the details of this home. This is interesting right here.
I'll start from structural on down. So previously, just dinky little tract home windows, builder grade. I believe Pulte was the original builder. So just that standard Pulte configuration of the floor plan of the early 2000s built around a courtyard. Beautiful, great for its time, but he definitely took that and brought it to another level. So all these doors are all custom. They come from Los Angeles. They had to be trucked in. So in the meantime, he did these two and then figured for good measure, add some more light here with the custom fiberglass window. With the black frame. So all of this is all reimagined and new. The main configuration has stayed the same. Anything here I kind of consider more of an enhancement. So that's kind of major structurals of this area. Textures, finishes, as you mentioned before, the chevron ceramic wood look tile with the gold schluter inlay, bordered by the same tile. Amazing.
Gorgeous. I like that.
Yes. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but this is level 5 smooth coat drywall. This is so it's about twice as nice, but 5 times as much.
So
cost-wise.
The problem with this is that you really got to sand this down, and you got to make sure this is leveled. If not, you're really going to see the blemishes. So.
You do, yeah. It's really, really unforgiving. So if you look at a kind of a production track builder, the reason they do that orange peel is to hide unevenness in the drywall. Maybe the lines are kind of wavy. So that orange peel is really forgiving. This is the opposite of that. This is like a sheet of glass. So it is going to tell on you in every, so when you're especially retrofitting, when the drywall wasn't installed to be level 5, there's a lot of, okay, bust that out, okay, straighten that line up, put a fresh piece of metal in there. And it can get really, really labor intensive.
Now, I've noticed a lot of builders, they'll just kind of shim it and try to make it as perfect as possible. But obviously that orange peel is really going to hide everything. But,
it does, exactly, And not a knock against production builders, but it's just, it is definitely more forgiving, the orange peel, and more texture. So this kind of leads into the half bath.
Which is, I do love the tile. I love the combination on here. The transition is really nice. And I love this sink. And I like how he cladded this too as well.
Cladded it right up with this hex tile. That's like a matte black hex tile.
Love that.
All the way up the ceiling.
And it looks like he moved the lighting over here to put this little chandelier, which is really nice.
All those little attention to detail. So.
It's always nice when you have an owner that's a designer.
That's right. And where even a small bathroom gets that kind of treatment.
Wow, look at this.
So obviously this is all reimagined. This was a typical early 2000s with the Peninsula, very tired design, and he kind of scrubbed all the 2004 out of this house. Added this 18-foot tri-panel. This opens from both sides.
I like that. A lot of them is just only on one side. I love that option.
It's really, really, for lack of a better word, awesome. I mean, this is stuff you just don't see.
So what was originally here?
Just a simple door and some windows.
Okay, so basically they had to re-engineer all this as well.
A huge glue-lam beam.
So I want you guys to understand the process of this. I mean, just because you see this, it's not easy. There's a lot of things that go behind the scenes, especially with the engineering of the beam, because this is so wide.
That's right. Yeah, it's a lot of demo. I just retrofitted the house with one. You have to build a false wall. You have to knock that out, get the beam in. Usually the beams are special order, especially a span this wide. So really, when you look at the framing, the door might end here, but the framing probably went into this area, probably at least 1.5 feet inward. So these are actually marble countertops. This is not a quartz. This is an actual true marble.
How high are these countertops? Because I feel like they're a little bit higher. Or maybe I'm just too short, but I feel like they're higher.
Height thing, Chackets. We don't have height on our side. But I agree with you as well. He did not bolster these in any way, but they do feel about an inch or two higher.
I know, it's just kind of strange.
I know. All soft close, European style, really, really nice, high quality cabinetry.
Love the sink too, nice undermounted. This is a Blanca sink as well?
That's a granite, I'm not sure of the brand, but it's definitely a granite sink.
Okay.
Obviously you noticed all matte black hardware, added the bar window, so the
love that, that's really nice.
Yeah, that'll bifold out.
Okay.
Kitchenaid appliance package, they all coordinate with each other. 48-inch range with the griddle, 2 ovens. This built-in hood clad in marble, you can't beat that.
That's really nice.
This is probably one of my favorite features of the kitchen, and this is a gorgeous kitchen. So if this is my favorite thing, imagine, right?
You know what I like about this home? Yep. This is actually a real live-in home.
It is, yeah.
And you can tell, like, they utilize the home and they really take good care of the home.
They do, yeah. So he completed the renovation about 2 years ago. So this is not a flip. This was a labor of love meant to endure for a really long time.
Countertops here.
This is a quartz countertop.
Okay, quartz countertop. So obviously we have the waterfall again.
Yep. Kitchenaid beverage center under here.
So we had to add all that in. This was all after.
All this was added in after.
Now, was the original sink over here on this island, or was it actually over there?
I think it was over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. 42-inch Kitchenaid. The pantry on either side.
Obviously, this was all brand new. I love these vertical windows. This was not here.
No, this was
not. So they had to add this.
So the bay window was a small, dinky French door, just a production-grade French door, went out to the courtyard. And really opening up these windows floor to ceiling, adding this door in. This is the 4th French door, so there's 4 total, plus the 18-foot slider. Really amazing use of space.
Yeah, I really like this. As you walk in, everything's all incorporated.
It is,
and it's like from every room, it feels like you can see every room.
Right.
It feels open.
It does.
And I like that.
To me, it feels like a villa. I don't know. It feels like I'm on vacation in a tropical island and I'm staying in a really nice villa. Because it's not a huge home. It doesn't have a lot of square footage.
Yeah.
So he only had so much to work with, right? And I think that he maximized every nook and cranny of this property.
Okay, so what's going on with this main living space? Obviously, all this right here was added here.
All this was added. This is just one of those cheesy built-in, which they loved in the early 2000s.
Yep.
The more 2x4s and drywall, the better. That's how they looked at things. It shows you where lumber prices must have been in 2002 if they could build out all those fake soffits and entertainment centers.
And I love the fact that they book matched this too as well.
Yeah, he book matched. This is also marble. This is not quartz. So this is, the reason I beat on that is because not only is it an expensive product, it's incredibly expensive and difficult to work with.
Yes.
It's hard to cut. It's hard to install. It's hard to do these book match type features and finishes because it is a natural product. Yeah. People think quartz is a natural. Quartz is a man-made product, and you can get replicating, patterns and stones. You cannot do that with marble. If this cracks, your whole idea of a book match fireplace is gone. Yeah, you can't just call up the quartz yard and get another slab.
And these are probably like $80 a square foot or even more?
Yeah, I would say something like this kind of marble, 80 if you include the fabrication, Okay. And the install, probably around 100 if you had to recreate this. 48-inch linear fireplace. He added these floating shelves. So he just kind of reimagined this whole thing and kind of thought of this hearth as an anchor to the great room. And it's funny how many things are competing for your attention when you walk in here. But one of the first things I see after the door is the fireplace. And then your eye goes to the kitchen. Yes. That's just how I see the space. But I love what it did.
That's what I like about this home. It's like, there's always something that you can see as far as like attention to detail. Like I've noticed as soon as I walked in, you have something here, then something here.
Right.
Now it's like I said, in every room that I'm in, I just feel like everything is open. Yeah. But as I come in, I'm drawn to here.
Right.
I'm drawn to here. Now I'm like literally forced to go outside.
We want to go outside.
Yes, like I want to go outside. I want to see what's going on
we're
here.
naturally drawn out to the backyard now from this point on. So as I mentioned, this opens from both sides. He added the patio cover. He did all new cool decking.
Okay.
And then did it in a gray finish just to kind of modernize it a little bit.
Was this the original pool?
This is the original pool. Okay. Stuccoed the back wall, added all this Southwestern inspired landscaping with the river rock, which I really love. I mean, to me, this screams Palm Springs or almost has like a mid-century flair to it. So I love it. You've got gardens parked behind you, so that's very private. Really, when you stand back here, there's not really any neighbors. You have a single story beside you, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this. I mean, here's the thing. One thing a lot of people are just not aware of, attention to detail, right? We talked about stucco in the wall.
Right.
A lot of people are just not aware that they'll walk in here and not know that, hey, you know what, this was a customization, right?
Exactly. So as a custom home builder, I think of those things all the time.
Yeah.
That what can I do that makes people like the home without realizing they like the home? And I found things like that. Bigger baseboards, smooth finishes. You could tour somebody through this home for a half hour and interview them at the end, and they wouldn't know why they liked it. They wouldn't be able to itemize.
Yes.
And that's the like the je ne sais quoi aspect of it, is that I don't want you to be able to itemize why you like it.
Yeah.
I just want you to know you like it.
Yeah.
So, and I think this home exemplifies that.
Yes, no, it
I really think it did a great job here.
So the pool, is this salt water or just regular chlorine?
Regular chlorine. It is heated.
Okay. The pool is heated itself or just the
Yeah,
salt?
the pool's heated.
Okay.
It's got the little wet deck. So this was the original pool. He just brought it to 2022 standards.
Nice.
Added the grass. I mean, even as recently as a month or two ago, we were still kind of doing a little bit of the finishing touches. You know, when you live in a labor of love, certain things get pushed to the back end, and you know, you end up doing them towards the end.
Go show me the primary, what's going on, because I'm excited because this home right here is gorgeous. So that tells me that this primary bathroom is probably at a whole nother level.
Like I say, where does the person who pays the bills shower?
Exactly.
That's where we're going. So we're kind of walking into the primary here, which you can see is separated by this little vestibule. Yep. That's all that's back here. So it is a true split bedroom floor plan. Again, you're dealing with 2,400 square feet. There's only so much privacy you can pry out of that, but I think this floor plan, he had a good basis here to work off of. So all the same treatments in here. Propeller fan with the brushed gold. Rewired these to be chandeliers instead of the table lamps. I mean, all these little things that you just...
Yeah, I've noticed even like the light switches here is right off the headboard, which is really nice. Again, those are those little tiny details that you're just not aware of, because who wants to get up to turn off the light when you're about to fall asleep when you can just, boom, done, right?
It's truly custom.
All right, oh my God.
All right, so here's the bathroom. Again, solid marble.
This is definitely spa-like. Yeah. Couple things I already noticed. You had the wire for the electrical, for the sconce and lighting. Yep. Up there too as well for the chandelier. I mean, there's so much attention to detail. Where do we start?
Exactly. Go down to what's impressive to me are things that are very hard to install, source, and are expensive. So obviously what stands out here is the marble. Yeah. The amount of marble in this bathroom, the amount of the more Schluter inlays that we talked about. This tub was on one of those standard tile decks, and it came out here and took up 90% of the room. Now it's a freestanding tub. Busted that down, reoriented it, hung a chandelier above it, frosted glass, all these little things that really kind of bring it into 2022.
Yeah, people just not aware about the magnitude, the behind the scenes of what needs to be done. Just because if you want to install something like this, once you buy the material, you still got to run the drain line. You still got to run the supply line. I mean, look how beautiful this tower is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is all reimagined. This all was busted out concrete because the supply line would have been back here. The drain would have been up here. I mean, there's a lot of thought that went into this, so much so that that's a custom window that would have previously been a much shorter window. So, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it that kind of gives you the feel like, oh, this is not just another tract home. There's a lot of thought that went into it. So
now come over here. Let me show you guys this. Look how gorgeous. What do we call this?
Integrated marble sink, if I had to guess. I don't know. It's gorgeous, whatever it is. Yeah.
I love this. It's floating, and basically all the water just runs down here. Down the then you have a drain line just right underneath.
That's it. Just kind of funnels down.
Wow.
Huge mirror. Again, instead of just the Hollywood lights above the mirror, we've got actually hanging pendants. So, yeah, it's pretty spectacular. This obviously floats to allow you for kind of more of like a seamless marble look.
Then we have the closet here. Beautiful shower. They created the soap box. And I love the gold trims on here. This is
Isn't
nice.
it great? Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Gold's back in.
Gold is back in.
That's crazy.
I know.
Like he knew. He knew.
He was ahead of the curve by about 3 years. So we've got not 2, but 3 shower heads in here. A freehand wand, one here, and then obviously one on the ceiling. The benches that aren't just the cheap cop-out, oh, we're going to build a bench. These are floating marble benches. I mean, the list really goes on and on. He even coordinated this brush gold to the plumbing fixtures brush gold, which is actually a lot harder than you would
really?
think because these come from completely different suppliers.
Oh, got it.
To match
that would make sense.
It's right, and it's easy on chrome, brushed nickel. That's all easy, but there are several different shades of this patina gold. I'm sure you've noticed through your tours. Yeah. So a lot of little things here. The Schluter and the floor inlay match. There's just so many little tie-ins that as you get to know the home, where you're like, wow, that was a lot of thought that went into that.
What else do we have?
Well, like you mentioned, we've got the walk-in closet back there, a linen cabinet here, and then we're brought right back out into the primary bedroom. One other thing to mention, obviously, like a lot of smart home capabilities, the Nest thermostats. These are solid wood shaker-style doors with matte black hardware. These were all replaced, which is a lot bigger job, much larger job than people realize. Just swapping out your doors, because most hinges are custom. Yeah. Even if they're production hinges, they're not ever in the same place. The doors are different book mat. I mean, they're just completely, the whole casing has to come out.
Was this original 6'8" or 8-foot door?
These were 8-footers. Okay. Yeah, these were 8-footers, thankfully.
Also, the other thing I noticed, the lighting. They got rid of the can lighting.
Got rid of the can.
So I like this. Are these LEDs or
square LEDs?
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, that's again the fact that we're halfway through the home and just noticing that tells us how much else the home has done to grab your attention.
And I don't want to take any much longer of your time, but I mean, take a look at the grill itself too as well. I noticed that. That's gorgeous.
There's really nothing left here that was production, right? Which I love, because I can speak with you, I'm sure, in that sometimes these production homes, we see so many of them, you kind of get tired of it. It's nice to see something different. It's nice to see different vents. Yeah. It's simple, but it means a lot.
It does.
So we're back out to this vestibule for reorientation. The half bath is right there for the viewers at home. Coat closet here. 2-car garage out that way, and then obviously we're back to the vestibule. We've got a laundry room in here with the cabinet.
See what this looks like. Are these going to be included in the sale?
Yeah, these will convey. Yep.
Okay. So we got some storage, 2 front load cabinet, laundry, washer, or dryer, whatever you want to call it. Yep. Nice.
Very nice.
Also, I noticed there's Wi-Fi throughout as well, which is really nice.
There's some repeater. Yeah, he works from home a lot, so it was really important to have a good, strong signal throughout the whole house. And you can see this is a kind of, a smaller single story, and it feels like these bedrooms are miles away from the master. Or the primary.
It's completely separate.
Feels completely separate.
It does feel like a resort, though, I'm telling you. Wow, look at this bathroom.
I know. Even the hallway bathroom had a lot of attention and love.
So with these 2 bedrooms, we got 2 bedrooms on this side, right?
Correct.
But I noticed that we only did 1 sink here. What was the story behind that versus...
the thought is that generally, think about how the space is going to be used. Are you really going to have 2 people competing for this bathroom as the majority use, or is it majority going to have 1 person in here getting ready, and the emphasis would be on counter space instead of a sink taking it up? Because the idea of 3 or 4 kids fighting over brushing their teeth is just not likely in this type of home. Yeah. Right? This is probably a guest, honestly. Yeah. If you have a full-time resident down here, they're probably here on their own. So that was the thought process behind it.
So basically what they did was cladded this all the way back. Same thing. I think these are 12 by 24s.
Yep, that's correct.
And I love that backsplash on
texture,
that tile. Yeah, that's a nice texture.
Stunning. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I like the bravery of being confident to mix metals. So we have brushed patina gold in the primary, and then matte black in here.
So it doesn't have to all be the same,
Not generally. I mean, the convention is that if it's the same function and in the same room, it should match. So you wouldn't want a brushed nickel faucet and then a matte black shower wand in the same room because they're the same function. But if you have door hardware, matte black mixed with patina gold plumbing fixtures, completely fine.
That makes sense.
So a lot of designers are kind of going in that direction to mix up metals. Plus, it makes the primary feel a little bit more special.
So this is the 3rd car garage, right?
Yeah. So the 2 primary are the 2 secondary bedrooms here.
So was this door originally here?
Yeah. So
it was?
Yes.
Interesting.
And this is actually still the garage.
Yeah.
All he did in here was lay down it's not even that product. It's just a plank.
Okay, so it's like luxury vinyl. Okay.
Yep. And then he insulated this.
Which makes sense.
And then he added the AC. So if another buyer does not end up using this as a studio flex room, it's a garage tomorrow.
Which makes sense.
Right.
And it's great to have that option because obviously you you would have to pull permits for it if you
Right.
wanted to close this off, and that doesn't make any sense.
And then you're losing a one-car garage.
Yeah.
And I think a third-car garage in this demographic is really important.
Yeah.
A toy car is really likely, something along those lines. So I don't know about you, but I would love to clean up a secondary car or a third car and put it on plank flooring with its own climate control AC. So this room loses no functionality as a garage, which I love.
All right, what else do we have?
We squeezed a little bit more square footage out of it, usable. But this is not included in the 2400.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, this is the last place we need to see.
Yeah, right?
Oh, you know what's nice about this is you definitely do get the sun too, though.
You do, yeah. Yeah, with having no cover, it's kind of, especially in the winter months, it's kind of nice to have a place that gets year-round sun.
So, go ahead.
This is west, so in the summer you will get a little bit of a shade out here, so by night it's not 120.
So let me ask you this. What is the asking price of this home?
We're at 1595.
Okay.
Yep.
Bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, the year it was built again.
So built 2002, just under 2,400 square feet. The lot's just under 8,000. So it's a big lot actually for Summerlin. 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, a half bath, 3-car garage.
And what are the HOAs here?
I don't know that, Chuck. I know that you have Summerlin South, which I think is 50, and I think the sub HOA I want to say is 57.
Okay.
So there's no guard, there's no country club tied to this, so the HOA dues are pretty low. Under 120.
Did we? Did I ask you what year it was again?
2002. I think on that way inside I may have said 04.
Okay.
2002.
And the furniture. If I'm going to pay 1.6, all right, do I get the furniture?
Most likely. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll probably want to see the home convey in its current form.
It's
a lot of
always
these things,
nice when you get the furniture.
It is, yeah. And part of the value that we're bringing at this list price is bring your toothbrush and your pillow, and you're done. Part of the premium is the thought and the sourcing that went into it, not necessarily just a dollar for dollar itemization of what was put in. Sometimes it's just go ahead and put this together and try to put it together in 2022, where supply chains are a mess. Furniture can be 6 months out. So there's also a net present value of something that's right in front of you as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, most likely all the decor, furniture, obviously appliances, and all that would convey at the right purchase price.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for
allowing us to walk through this beautiful, gorgeous property.
Yep.
And the good news is this is a pocket listing, so if you guys are interested, before it even hits the market, you're required to present all offers, correct?
Have to.
That's right.
Legally have to.
There you go.
So that $3 you slipped me in there, I have to present it. I have to show the seller.
So guys, if you guys like this content, want more content like this, or if you guys want to see the full video home tour, let us know in the comments below. Also, I'm going to have the full description about this property. Other than that, until next time, don't forget to subscribe. Also, I will have Michael's contact information too as well, so you guys can reach on out to him. He does build a lot of beautiful custom homes. So if you're thinking about building a custom home, give him a call and let him know that I sent you. You want to finish this thing out?
No, you've said it all. You've said it better than I could.
Oh, really?
I appreciate you guys coming out, and it's a beautiful home. I hope the viewers enjoy.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.